Hello, today I'm going to be talking about Patagonia and their mission to cause no unnecessary harm. Patagonia was founded in 1973 by Yvon Chouinard, an avid climber and surfer, and I have so much respect for this man. He lived out of his car and just did what he loved. To make money to get by, he actually became a blacksmith and made carabiners, which are the little clips that climbers use to kind of hold themselves up, pretty much. Sold those out of the back of his car in places like Yosemite National Park just to support his hobbies. He eventually figured out that he was really good at making clothes and kind of had a knack for it, and decided that he wanted to make outdoor clothing for other people to share. He wanted to make it high quality. He wanted to make it sustainably. So that's what he decided to pursue. He decided that Patagonia was not going to necessarily be the best company in the world, but they could be the best for the world, because as an avid outdoorsman, he understood the sheer importance of the impact businesses could have on the environment, because he saw things like deforestation and pollution firsthand caused by businesses, and he decided that his business was not going to follow suit with that. So Patagonia, unlike most other companies, actually has 4 mission statements instead of just one. The first one is to cause no unnecessary harm. They accomplish this through things like using organic cotton in a lot of their clothes. Organic cotton, of course, doesn't use pesticides, so those chemicals don't end up in the soil and water of those nearby farms. They use recycled plastics to create a lot of their jackets. They use non-toxic dyes, so that if for some reason the dye ends up not getting used and can't be recycled, it's not going to end up in a river killing a lot of fish and then polluting a town downstream. They also have a mission of making the highest quality products possible. So, for example, if they're making a new snowboard jacket, they have somebody design it, they have somebody make it, and then they have a bunch of snowboarders go out and test it. And they keep testing and redesigning until every single snowboarder comes back and says that that is the best jacket that they've ever worn, and then they'll put it on the shelves for customers to buy. All of their products are made sustainably. For example, with that snowboard jacket, it needs to be waterproof, it needs to be rip-proof, and it needs to be comfortable. It can't be too hot, it can't be not warm enough. So they really, really do take time and invest in every single product that they're putting out there for customers to buy. Another mission they have is to use business to protect nature. As I just mentioned, Yvon Chouinard was an avid outdoorsman. He understood the importance of the impact businesses can and do have on the environment. So they donate a large portion of their profits to both large activist groups throughout the United States and to smaller grassroots activist groups who are pursuing protecting the environment in their local area. They also sometimes take unconventional routes to do this. So instead of running an ad on Thanksgiving Day like most companies do that say, hey, go buy our stuff, it's Black Friday tomorrow, Patagonia actually ran an ad a couple years ago that was a full page in a newspaper, was just a picture of their most popular jacket that they sell, and it just said, don't buy this jacket. On the reverse of that ad was a note from Yvon Chouinard, the founder, that basically said, hey, overconsumerism is causing a lot of excess waste in America right now. It's a really big problem. So maybe instead of buying this new nice jacket that we make and that I, as a business owner, am selling, why don't you go to a thrift store? See if you can find one there. Maybe you repair an old jacket you have. Or maybe just dig through your coat closet and see if there's a coat that you haven't worn in a while that kinda could be used again. So not many companies are willing to say, don't buy our product in order to protect the environment, but Patagonia is. And they kind of follow suit with their 4th mission and encouraging competition to follow them. So they encourage companies like Eddie Bauer or even Nike and Under Armour to follow suit and tell people to not necessarily buy new items, to repair if they can, to maybe start a program like Patagonia's Worn Wear, where as a customer you can send in old clothes that have either worn out or that you're tired of, and Patagonia will repair and send it back for you, repair it, and sell it to somebody new, and give you kind of a store voucher or store credit in return. Patagonia is structured a little differently than a lot of businesses. They like I said, understand that they don't necessarily want to be the best in the world, but the best for the world. They understand that making and selling clothes can't really be a green business. They understand sustainability can't just be a department, it needs to be the responsibility of every single employee. So things as small as recycling paper in the office is very evident. But employees take things further and they carpool or take public transit to work to cut down on CO2 emission. They wear and rewear clothes. They go to thrift stores and buy secondhand, things like that. Whereas compared to a company like Starbucks, who has a green initiative, which is really just for marketing purposes, if we're being honest, they can show you their supply chain on their website, and they use recyclable cups some places. It's not necessarily the same, because it is so embedded in the root of everything Patagonia does. They even say on their website that they would rather hire a rock climber who understands the mission of their company than some guy with a new PhD in sustainable development XYZ. Patagonia is also a certified B Corporation, which is really, really neat. B corporations do everything from embedding sustainability to hiring people like ex-convicts and those with disabilities who normally wouldn't be able to find jobs. So the mission of B corporations, or B Corps for short, is really just to better the world through business. So to become a certified B Corporation, just really quick to tell you that the certification actually does matter. They have to complete a survey online saying that they score high enough on that. They move to the next step where they then submit documentation into B Corps. B Corps reviews this documentation, gives a thorough background check of the company. They pass that step, great. Someone actually comes to the physical site itself to make sure the company does what they say they do day in and day out. If they pass that, they then become a certified B Corporation. If they pay an annual fee based on their net profit bracket that B Corporation sets them into, and then they have to agree to do an annual review, both in documentation and a site review, just kind of to uphold the integrity of being a certified B Corporation. So as far as capabilities go, Patagonia is obviously capable of their sustainable supply chain and keeping that up. They are taking initiatives towards being as green as possible, possibly net zero if they can figure it out. They're teaching competitors to follow a similar model. They take full responsibility for all of their actions, from every ounce of CO2 emitted through their supply chain, whether that's, moving materials back and forth or final products to their final selling destination. Patagonia also tends to have an impact on legislation throughout the U.S. They are present at almost every single bill or appeal having to do with environmentalism. Things such as the Barriers National Monument fiasco a while back. They were present there. Any new pipeline proposal, they're present. Any deforestation proposal, they are present. And like I said, they're also present in very local settings through their financial contributions to those grassroots kind of activist groups. And Patagonia also is very capable of influencing their customers, shareholders, stockholders, etc. Because they do encourage, hey, why not, instead of buying from us, you go to the thrift store and get something that didn't have to be completely manufactured brand new. Or buy from a competitor like Prana, who also is a sustainable manufacturer and uses fair trade certified goods to create everything. So moving forward, Patagonia is just kind of going to keep doing what they're doing. They're going to research and develop further their sustainability methods. They're going to come up with new and innovative ways to promote sustainability, kind of like the "Don't Buy This Jacket" ad was. And lastly, they have a goal to change how the world sees business. So they want to impact how we as consumers see businesses and kind of change our opinion from these big corporations that just pollute and pollute and pollute to changing our idea and saying, hey, look at Patagonia doing this. They're not polluting as much. They are choosing to use trains over airplanes to transmit goods or transport goods because it has less of an impact. So, thank you for watching.